Hey YouTube, it's Fred here from Hillians Bricks, and I apologize if it's flickering. The camera tends to do that in this room, apart from the web camera, but this camera tends to do that. But today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how to run a Bricklink store and some 5 tips that I can give you in terms of how to set up and what you need to be looking for when you're running a Bricklink store. So the first and obvious one is you need space and storage. So as you can see, I've got this storage solution. This is a brand new room we actually did as a garage conversion. There's a whole video series on my YouTube link if you want to see how that went, but you definitely need space. Now, we started off in our living room and I drove the wife insane. We didn't have any of these storage units, as you can see. We started with just poly bags, filled them in, and running from cardboard boxes, and that did take a long time to actually then start to pick, make it more difficult to start doing your picking process. So we do recommend having a proper setup like this. Now, we got these ones, these units here on the right, they're from let's call it from Hobbycraft, and these ones are from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below of where which sets these are. So that's the first step. You definitely need storage and space to put this in. So this is not the biggest room, but we have over 100,000 parts in this room. So you don't need the biggest room necessarily to be able to run a reasonable sized store. Now then, the next and the most important aspect that you need is you need to be able to buy at the right price, right? So you need to understand the part out value, and I'm going to move over now to some screenshots on how to find out the part out value and how to track it and making sure you get the right deal. Right, so let's check out how we find out part out value on Bricklink, right? So let me just go here and you go to market and you look at the price guide. And now what we're going to do is here you can see the part out value section on the right. We're going to take extra parts because we're starting with brand new sets and there's always extra parts in there. And the set that we're going to look up, for example, is the Mandalorian Brickheads one. So it's 75317. Now we go to get value, and then you will see you see an image of the set, but also says the average of last 6 months sales. So that means £33.67 is the current part out value, and this changes over time, right? So it tends to reduce, well, it tends to start really high for a new set and then to start going down, and then it might go up again depending on what are these bricks in the set, how are they average sales, are they going up or down in terms of sales? And you can see here it's got 124 different types of bricks, so 124 lots, and in total is 317 pieces. Now, based on the current prices that people are trying to sell these pieces at, the average price is £37.30, but I tend to somewhere looking between these two. Now, my inventory average here means I've already got 88 of these types of bricks already in my store. So by adding this set, I would only add an additional 36 lots, and the prices for those 88 I have, my average is around just under £22. Now, I keep a track of all the part out values, at least to try, and I just wanted to give you a quick snap preview in terms of a document that I've built. I'm not going to go into the detail because I think this is quite, my own detail, but I've got a tracker, and this is just an overhead just for the set. I do have a friend called Ricky, and we hold some Lego stock, so we do kind of track how everything works. So just to give you an example, it's got some details here in terms of brick heads, the details about the theme, whether it's retired or not, similar theme sets. So whether it's brickheads, this is the theme, just checking if there's any other sets. So I've only started this quite recently, where we start tracking the part out value. As I mentioned, you can see it started higher, it goes down, down, and then expects to go down. But here we also got our select ratio. So we want a ratio of 3 to 1 when we're looking for a price. So here, last month, the part out value was £34 for the set. So if we see this set on offer for £11.33 or below, we know it makes sense to part it out. And we've also started tracking some pricing on Amazon and eBay, because if certain prices on Amazon, eBay are very close to the part out value, then it doesn't necessarily make sense to part it out. You might as well sell the full set, because the part out value is based on you being able to sell the entire set and all its contents, right? So this is how we start to track it. But yeah, just wanted to give you a quick sneak preview on that. So yeah, that was it really in terms of the screenshot that I wanted to share. So you need to search for a 3 to 1 ratio. That's very important. And sometimes it means that you're not going to get any deals, right? So you need to make sure that you buy at the right time. Suddenly you'll see an influx of deals, and then you need to make sure that you have the capital to buy. And then you'll go for months where you're not going to be able to buy any deals because there's no deals out there that actually qualify for that ratio. So it's important to keep an eye on the market all the time, hunt for the best deals to make sure. Just don't buy Lego for the sake of it and then not sell it, because if you don't hit that 3-to-1 ratio, not all parts are going to sell, or it could take a long time before they sell. You also got to be able to grow and buy more, invest in more sets, and you also got to be able to pay for, you know, your envelopes, you know, other stuff that you need, like poly bags, things that you need to run your store, right? So you need to make sure that, you know, you don't go on too low a ratio, or you'll end up just hardly recovering your money. So just to give you guys some perspective, since I started this store in June, I've definitely spent a lot more money into the store and buying Lego than actually taken out of it. So yes, I'm hoping that one day it could be profitable, but my money is in here, it's in the stock, it's not money that I've recovered yet. So it's definitely not something as a quick win, easy money scheme, right? So bear that in mind. And also when you do buy some sets, do keep an eye on, don't just buy because they're cheap. Also look at what sort of sets you're buying, you know, and particularly I would say some of the color aspects, right? So if there's lots of bright colors, like you might Lego Trolls movie, for example, those colors don't always sell well. So you need to check what's the main color scheme of certain sets, and if you know, if it's lots of black, gray, white, those will sell no problem. But if you start to get all the bright pinks and the dark purple and things like that, it won't sell that well. So a prime example I can give you is the Harry Potter night bus. I got that at a great deal. I only bought 2, fortunately, but I've got those windows still, God knows for how long, and it's like not many people are going to be buying purple windows. So yeah, just do bear in mind, just don't only focus on the costs, also focus on what the set is and what color sets you color bricks you have in the set. So that's all, that is point number 2. Right, so what equipment do you need? So we need scales. So you need scales for when you do posting. You need envelopes, poly bags, you know, cardboard boxes sometimes to ship stuff in. I tend to ship in cardboard boxes when it's overseas, it's more durable. You need a printer and ink, and then obviously all the storage solution as I mentioned earlier. But one thing, you know, if you don't want to invest in all this, you could start with just clear poly bags, put things in there and just put in a cardboard box, right? Or have some like units where you can store multiple things in, like stack it high, things like that. It also work. And you don't always have to start with new Lego. You can start with used Lego bricks as well, buy a bulk lot. But then I do warn you, it does take a long time to sort through that and then put it in inventory, because one thing we do use that we love using is a software called Brickstock, and it's free to use, and that helps us with uploading new sets onto the system a lot easier than going straight into finding all the parts manually. We can't recommend that highly enough. Now 4, and this is a very important factor, is time. So you need time to do this, right? This is a hobby for us. We love Lego, but we also like running the store, and it's you need to first of all part out Lego sets. That can take quite a few hours depending on the size of the Lego set that you're parting out. Then you need to have time to pick your orders. Now depending on the size of your store, it also depends how many orders you will get, but you can easily spend an hour or 2 a day on orders if you get quite a few, or if you get big orders. Now this will ultimately depend on your setup. If you've got a large store like here, well, in terms of, I mean, lots of drawers and you have space to pick things out, we've significantly improved our picking process this way, because in the poly bags you could always guarantee that the piece that you needed was always at the bottom of the poly bag, right? Whereas here you just pull the drawer, it's sped up our process of picking so much. So dealing with orders is a lot quicker now than it was before we had this room. And another thing you need to bear in mind is it's not just, you know, dealing with the orders, it's also sourcing the Lego. So you got to go to the stores or you buy online, but then you need to make sure you keep an eye on all the deals. So you need to do your research. I spend personally, you know, every month around 12 to 15 hours of my time just looking at, you know, deals on Lego, keeping up to date with Lego, what new sets are coming out, keeping in track of everything. It's not just taken for granted, okay, I see a deal, I'm just going to buy it and that's it. No, you need to keep up to date with it, be really invested in it, right? So at least that's how I operate, and that's how we keeping an eye on the market to see what's happening, because you will see new sets when they start being added in the part out value, they're really high, but they rapidly come down as well. So you need to understand the dynamics as well. And then finally, I can't emphasize this enough, you have to enjoy doing this. this is, as I mentioned, for me, this is a hobby. I'm passionate about Lego. I enjoy building Lego, and I wish I had a bigger house so I could build more Lego and actually display it. At the moment, we don't have that luxury, but who knows, maybe we'll do one day. But you got to enjoy it. You know, if you start to say, oh, this parting out is just annoying, I can't be bothered looking for Lego deals anymore. If it starts to feel like that, then this is definitely not for you. So I'd say for me, the most important thing is I enjoy this. You know, it's a nice pastime. You know, I have a 9 to 5 day job, but this gives me some, you know, relaxation of just, you know, even the parting out, not building Lego all the time. It just gives me something to put my mind at ease, and I get to do this. So yeah, I think those are 5 important steps that I wanted to share with you. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again soon in another video. Bye for now.